Hello everyone, my name is Mike and this is Matrix to Paradise. I created this channel to document my journey from the Matrix, which was a truck driving job for me in the United States of America, to living my paradise, which is living overseas and documenting it on YouTube and enjoying my retirement. So, first off, I'll get off to why I haven't done a video in a few weeks here. First off, I didn't do a video right away because I had an upcoming video Zoom call that I was going to do with a guy named Dan from Vagabond Awake. So I was waiting for that and was going to talk about that. So that got done, and I'll explain that in a minute. Secondly, as you all know, if you've watched my videos from the beginning, you'll see that I was working out of a truck, a semi-tractor trailer in the United States. And living in a tractor trailer in the United States, they run you to death. They run you a lot. So I would do 6 weeks on the road and then take a week off back at home. Now, since I was living in the truck, even my time back home was spent sleeping in the truck. It just happened to be in my hometown, Phoenix, Arizona. But anyway, so living in a truck, you're eating, I'm in the truck 24/7, okay? And the reason I picked truck driving is because I didn't have to pay rent, I didn't have to pay electricity, all I had to do was pay for my food, and that was it. And I was able to save the money to come over here to do this. But there was some setbacks to that too. And one of those was sitting on your butt for the entire day, basically. And you're driving at least 9 to 10 hours every single day. So you're sitting on your rear end and you're eating food out of truck stops. And if all of you who live in the United States or Canada, I'm not sure about the rest of the Western countries, but I'm sure it's pretty close. If you're at a truck stop, the food is not healthy. In fact, it's far from healthy. It's like eating out of a 7-Eleven every day. So in that time, the 5 years that I was driving, I packed on weight big time. So getting fat in a truck is not a good thing. I mean, it served its end to be able to afford me the money savings to be able to come and do what I want to do on my own. But I had some setbacks with gaining too much weight. So with that said, the whole time I've been here has been trying to lose weight, and it's working. It is. If you look at my early videos, which this channel started off in, I believe it was May of 24. If you look at my early videos, you can see that I've lost weight since then, and I continue to. Now, right after the interview with Dan from Vagabond Awake, something in my eye. After the interview with Dan from Vagabond Awake, I got food poisoning from something, and it wasn't that big a deal. It was like, half a day of just not feeling good, feeling sick to my stomach. But I used that opportunity to fast, and fasting is an excellent way to reset your body, to start a process called autophagy, which is your body getting away from digesting food 24/7 to repairing old cells or discarding old cells and getting rid of inflammation. So, as I said, I was working in a tractor trailer and sitting on my rear end the whole time. Well, I developed this, I thought it was sciatica or something, but it wasn't sciatica, it was just inflammation. While I was driving in the truck, my hip on my right-hand side and my leg on my right-hand side would constantly get sore. I mean, really, really sore. And so that was causing me problems, and it was even causing me problems over here. Now, if anybody does their research, they know that most pain is caused by inflammation. Inflammation, just areas of your body that are inflamed, and no one knows exactly why, but I think I believe it's part of your diet, and that's provable because during this 4-day fast, I did a 4-day fast, no food, just water. A 4-day fast, the inflammation went away totally. Totally, it's gone. Now, could it come back? Absolutely. If I don't keep myself. I'm not sure what foods, but I'm eating as organically as possible. So if it comes back, I'll just do another fast, and hopefully it'll go away. Anyway, so that's what I was doing these past 2 weeks. So I did a 4-day fast, and when you're doing a fast, you really don't feel like creating anything. You kind of want just to go to sleep and relax the entire time, and that's what I did. I kind of relaxed and just did nothing, just slept. So now, a couple days out of that, I feel totally refreshed. I feel like a whole new guy, and I've probably lost about 10 pounds in that whole thing. So the inflammation is gone. The bloat that I had at the time. Now it's been doing better since I've been here, obviously, because I'm not eating truck stop food anymore, and I'm exercising more and all that. But this really kicked it into high gear. So now I'm going to do some research and find out how often I should do a fast like that, because you're not supposed to do it all the time, I don't believe. And somebody said somewhere once a quarter is a good measure to do a 4-day fast. So once a quarter, so I figured January I'll do another one, or the end of December. Anyway, so that's what I was doing. So I'm sorry that I haven't put out a video in a while, but I had some stuff going on in my personal life that I just wanted to get out there and let you know what was going on. Now, back to the interview with Dan. So, let me go back in history a little bit. Back in 2019, I've mentioned on here before, I had a house. I was working for the post office in the United States, and I was married and living in Las Vegas, Nevada. Yes, that Las Vegas. Wonderful house, 30,000 gallon pool in the backyard, everything that a castle builder would love. And when I mean castle builder, I mean somebody who likes to buy a home, stuff it full of stuff, and then try and go out with the most stuff when they die. It was an incredible house. However, it wasn't even close to fulfilling. And the differences between my ex-wife and I, blossomed from there, and it just didn't work out. But it afforded me the opportunity to start pursuing my own goals, which was traveling around the world and slow traveling. So anyway, I didn't know the term slow travel at the time at all. I never even heard that term. Well, anyway, so I was thinking about going overseas, and I was trying to figure out ways to be able to sustain myself overseas. And one of them, obviously, is teaching English. Now, I don't have a university degree to go to a lot of countries like Japan and South Korea to teach English. They won't allow you to do that there without a degree, and sometimes even without a teaching degree. So I was searching around online, and I found this guy named No Joke Howard. No Joke Howard was a quirky eccentric guy, but he had a lot of knowledge, and he was living in Cambodia at the time, teaching English. And I thought he was great. He gave some good information, and he let me know, not personally, but I mean, let everybody know that you could teach English in Cambodia without having degrees. So that's why I picked Cambodia. So this is back in 2019, or I'm sorry, 2018. So watching him, and I planned a trip to go to Cambodia, and I went to Phnom Penh. And I eventually found a job. It wasn't in Phnom Penh, obviously. Or I mean, not obviously, but I mean, it wasn't in Phnom Penh. But I did find a job up north, not in Siem Reap, but about 80 miles west of here, about halfway between here and the Thai border in Poi Phet, at Poi Phet. Anyway, so I went up there. That whole school turned out to be a big scam, and I never ended up getting paid a bunch when I was there. That's a totally different story for a totally different video. But I got to spend 4.5 months in Cambodia, and I fell in love with this place. So, and this was in the beginning of 2019. So I fell in love with the place. I just absolutely fell in love. And the last city that I was at before I had to fly out was Siem Reap, and I fell in love with Siem Reap. So I have been spending the entire time from, let's see, May or June of 2019 until I just got here in May of this year to get back here. That's what I've been trying to do. So you're talking 6 years of working on it, and I finally figured it out with truck driving and all that, and the years passed enough so that I can gap the years between now and Social Security when I can sustain easily. But you had to have the money to be able to be over here before then, and that's what I did when I was truck driving. Anyway, so while I was in Cambodia at the time, there was really nothing to do at night. After we got done teaching, we would go and hang out, and I started watching YouTube videos because we had free Wi-Fi. That's another thing about Cambodia, is there's free Wi-Fi everywhere, and it's incredible. You wouldn't believe it, but the Wi-Fi here is out of this world, believe it or not. So anyway, I was watching YouTube videos, and at this time, No Joke Howard had already moved back to the States, and so I wasn't really watching him anymore. But I was watching a guy named, I got a channel, and it was called Vagabond Awake. And it was this guy named Dan, and he was talking about, he used the term slow travel. And I thought to myself, slow travel? That is exactly what I want to do in the end, is slow travel. Not go someplace and stay for 20 years. I want to go someplace, spend a few months, maybe, it depends on how much I like the place, but a month, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, even 6 months if I really like it. So I could go and explore and not have to worry about, any kind of deadlines or whatever. You could just go there and spend as much time as you think you need to go there for to explore the area. And then once you get the itchy feet again, you just hop on a plane, take your stuff and go. That's what I really wanted to do. And Dan was doing that. So I immediately followed him and immediately started watching all his videos. Now, Dan turned his channel into Retire Cheap guides to show you how you could go to different places that you might like and retire cheaply. And he gave all kinds of advice. Incredibly valuable advice about each and every not just each and every country that he goes to, but also in banking and healthcare and how to find apartments, and just the list is endless of the amount of knowledge that this man has. He's been doing it for like 18 or 19 years now, and it's the amount of knowledge is incredible. And at the time, well, 6 years ago, so he'd had like 12 or 13 years at that point, but still he was incredibly knowledgeable about everything. And so I watched him religiously, and I still do. So he became kind of like a silent mentor. I mean, well, not a silent mentor, but how should I say it? I told him in the video, I said, you've been my best friend for 6 years, but you just didn't know it. He thought that was funny, but it's the truth, because he was the guy that he was like my big brother that I was following in his footsteps. And it was excellent. And anyway, so he wrote an article about how he motivates himself and keeps himself going, and he was talking about, not procrastinating, not, getting into it and doing what you're supposed to be doing, and not feeling sorry for yourself, just taking care of business. And that article resonated with me so much that I sent him a letter and told him so. I said, hey, I replied because I get his newsletter every day or every week, and I wrote him and told him so. I said, you don't know how much that really resonated with me, and that same sentiment has motivated me for the past 6 years to get here. And he wrote me back and goes, great, I'm glad that I was able to touch a nerve with you. He goes, how about we do a Zoom video, because I had mentioned that I had a YouTube channel. And so I was like, oh my God, he wants to do a Zoom interview with me and put me on his channel. And I thought, that is awesome. So, of course, I accepted and said, what day and, when and where, and I'll be there. So I downloaded Zoom, and because I never use Zoom, but I downloaded Zoom, and we got on there and we did an incredible video, and he edited it perfectly. So it is an awesome video, and I'll put a link down in the description below. But it was an awesome video. It was an awesome video, and it was a total thrill and honor for me to be able to talk to my hero after all these years, And it sounds stupid to be a fanboy, but this guy, it'd be like if you want to be a race car driver and you get to meet Mario Andretti, or if you want to be a basketball player and you meet, Michael Jordan. I mean, or a quarterback and you meet Tom Brady. I mean, you can't beat that, okay? You just can't beat that. So Dan is like my Tom Brady, all wrapped up into a slow travel hero. So I know that sounds stupid as hell, but he really is. I mean, the guy, you have to give it to the guy. And, he's the kind of guy that I'd love to become, what he is able to do. I just admire, his tenacity and his ability to articulate and inform us all of the different aspects of slow traveling around the world. Anyway, so that's what's been going on in my life, and it's been pretty exciting. And he gave my channel such a boost. I have a small channel, really small channel, and I think at the time I had 200 and some subscribers. It's doubled since then. It's doubled because of Dan. And, that's incredible. I mean, I don't know how to thank him for that, but it's great. He was able to expose me and to his crowd, and now I got a bunch of those guys that came over, and anybody who came over and subscribed after watching that video, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. And I hope you're not dissatisfied. I hope I can live up to everybody's dreams and convince. And really, my whole purpose with this channel was to show that a guy like me, just a regular dude, regular blue collar dude, can save the money, get his life straight, and do what he really wants to do with his life. And I hope to inspire others to do the same. I really do. There's no reason to be miserable in your life, working a job that you absolutely hate. And by the way, I didn't hate truck driving. It was bad health-wise, but I actually, that was kind of the job that I really did like. I hated the post office, and not because of the people or the customers or anything. It was just the management was horrible. But the truck driving job was actually a fun job for me. I don't know why, but it just did. It was. And but there's a lot of people out there that hate their lives because they're working in a nowhere job. They're in horrible situations where they can't see a way out of it, but there is a way out of it. And I hope to inspire those people, just to show them, look, I'm a regular guy. There's nothing special about me. I'm just over here living my dream because I persevered. I was persistent with it, and I didn't give up. You can never, ever, ever give up on your dreams. And keeping your dreams will keep you alive. They will. They'll push you forward. They'll make you a better person. And that's a big thing why I'm so grateful to Dan. That whole thing he kept me going. He told me it was possible. He showed me it was possible to do this. And he was right. And I'm here. And I'm living proof that you can do this. You can. It doesn't necessarily have to be moving halfway across the world. It doesn't have to be that. But there is, wherever your happy place is, your happy Gilmore place, you could get there. You really can. You just got to push it. Just got to keep going. Don't ever quit. Don't ever give up. Ever give up. Because giving up, you automatically fail. But anyway, Dan really inspired me, and I was honored to be on his channel and be able to get exposed to his subscribers, and it's been awesome. And I hope it keeps going being awesome for the rest of the time I'm here and the rest of the time I'm alive. You can't beat this. This life I'm living a dream, and I hope that all of you get to live the same dream. And not the same exact dream, but I mean, live your dream, live your paradise, escape your matrix and get to your paradise. That's the whole key behind this channel, is getting from where you don't want to be to where you do want to be, to get to where people don't appreciate you to where people really do appreciate you. That's where you need to be. That's where you need to go. And it's life-changing. It's life-changing. If you watch the video with Dan, you'll see exactly what I mean. Anyway, I'll stop there. You guys have a great day. Thank you very much for watching my channel and subscribing. I much appreciate it, big time. And I will talk to you again soon. Bye now.